Okay, so we're looking at mixed exercise 7 from the first year core textbook. So we're on algebraic expressions, and we've got some division to do here. So really the thing with division is you've just got options as to how you want to lay it out. So I'm trying to do 3x cubed plus 12x squared plus 5x plus 20, and that's all getting divided by x plus 4. So you've got three main options for this. The quickest is to do it by inspection. So that, for example, would be, well, actually, that I'm assuming it doesn't have a remainder. So if it does have a remainder, this isn't necessarily the best method. But if so whatever the answer is to this question, when I multiply it back by x plus 4, it should give me this cubic here. So from that, I can say, well, that must be 3x squared, because the 3x squared times the x is going to give me the 3x cubed. Ooh, put that back, great. And the constant on the end must be plus 5, so that the 5 times 4 gives me the 20. Okay, so they're the easy bits to say. Then I need to think about, so obviously and I can see everything's positive, so it's going to be plus something. So my missing term there is my x term. And there's actually two ways I can get that. So I'll get it maybe looking at the x squareds, and then I can use the x's to justify it. So when I multiply these brackets out, what's going to give me an x squared term? Well, it will be the 3x times the 4. So that is going to give me 12x squared. And whatever this missing term is, times x. Now for this one, if I then sort of look at what I'm aiming for, I'm only supposed to have a 12x squared. So actually, obviously I wouldn't put 0x to my final answer, but I don't need any more x squareds, so that should be 0. Now let's have a think about whether that, use the eraser, whether that works when I'm looking at the x term. So if I'm looking at the x term, so if I were to expand out these brackets, my x term would be this x term times 4, and then 5 times x. That's what would give me my x term. And yeah, if the first set of brackets is 0x, then that does work, doesn't it? Because that gives me my 5x, and that's all I should have. So my answer to, let's just squeeze it on here. So my answer to the original question is 3x squared plus 5. Okay, so if you're happy doing it that way, that is the quickest. I think most people probably don't do it that way. Most people probably either use reverse grid method or write out the long division. So let's try reverse grid method. So if I wrote the question down correctly. So we've got 3x cubed plus 12x squared plus 5x plus 20. Okay, so, and I'm dividing that by x plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to have a 3-term quadratic here. That's what I'm expecting if I divide a cubic by a linear expression. So this box here is going to be my only cubed term, and I know that that needs to equal 3x cubed. So for that to equal 3x cubed, that must be 3x squared, so that that times that gives me that. Okay, so if that is 3x squared, then that times that is going to give me 12x squared. And yeah, and again, so I want my change my highlighter. The x squared term should be 12x squared. So what this is going to be my other x squared term in that box there, but that needs to be 0 x squared, because I've already got the 12x squared, which would mean that has to be 0, which would mean that that is 0. These two boxes are going to contain, or should I try to change colour there? Are going to contain my x term and my x term should be 5x. So 0 plus 5x gives me 5x, and if I need that to be 5x, if I need that to be 5x, I need that to be 5, and then the 5 times 4 does give me the 20. So I end up with, so looking at their same answer, oops, we got previously, I think, yes. Okay, and then your third alternative, I'll leave it there, but your third alternative is to write out as the long division. It's basically the same steps as this, it's just written out slightly differently. Okay.